Peace, love, Goldn.Light. Today is Thursday, and on Thursdays I share my response to the journal prompt for the Write It Down series. Now, this week the focus has been all about friendship, and the goal was to take some time to reflect about your friendships and write down what you value the most and why it's important. So let's get into my response. You know what you gotta do now. Grab a pen, we about to write it down. You know what you gotta do now. Grab a pen, write it down. So what I value the most in a friendship is a safe space. That's something that kind of brings me back to my childhood. It brings me back to some of my earliest friendships. So within this safe space, I wrote, I'm able to be myself. In this safe space, we sharpen each other, and it's built on trust, honesty, and respect. There's no jealousy, there's no envy, there's genuine love, genuine support, and then there's also correction and guidance, right? I feel like that's important in a friendship, and to be vulnerable in that way is why I need a space that is safe, right? Because if I'm spending time with people, if I'm spending energy with people, if I'm opening up, I want that space to be safe, right? And it's not something that I'm just requiring without it being a safe space for that person as well. So that's important to me. I value it because it's something that's rare. I feel like a lot of my friendships, they are the same friends that I've had for over 10 years. And then the new friendships that I've been able to gain, there's a part of them that reminds me of that same type of home feeling that's with my original friendships, right? When it comes to new friends, in a sense, I'm not against building new connections and meeting new people, because it helps to expand, the world for me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things that I can get from people that I meet, and then there's even more that I'm able to get from people that I'm building like solid relationships with. So my thing is that I don't like to force friendships, right? I'm not going to be pretending to be nobody's friend. I'm not going to be faking to be nobody's friend, and I'm not going to beg to be nobody's friend. So I love friendships that just flow on their own. When you meet people and y'all just click, right? And a lot of times, even when that happens, because you two are in a sense strangers, you still have to learn people, right? And that process comes with being honest. That process comes with having a safe space. That process comes with being transparent, being understanding, compassion, all these different components that I also value within myself, right? So when you're going through, or when I'm going through this process of building with somebody, I love when it's just like we click. And it also comes to a point where like you don't feel like you're a stranger. One of my first friendships as a child is actually one that I still hold dear to this day. We still friends. Matter of fact, we don't even call each other friends. Like, that's my sister. And that's how it is when I build relationships with people, that it comes back to a feeling of it being home, to it being family, right? There's something that we share. There's a space that we share that it's home to us, right? And there's so many other friendships that follow that had that same type of feeling. So my friendships are really like family, that extension of family. Safe spaces are important because we don't necessarily have to go at life alone, right? Yes, I have to be responsible for my actions. I have to take accountability for my actions. I'm responsible for my own journey, but I don't have to go at life alone. So in these different friendships, where this safe space is a place for us to encourage and also support each other, because we're all on different journeys, but there's something that brings us together that helps us to continue our journey. And that's something that's very valuable. And I'm all about the quality of friendship. I don't have to have 40 people that I need 40 friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I have 5 and those are some of the most genuine people in my life, then I'm gonna take those 5 over that 40, right? But the whole point is that I'm not gonna go through life and say I don't need nobody. That's not the mindset that I have. because I do need people. I do need a community. I do need support. And I value that when it's there, you know? And if I don't have it, if there's any part of my life that I feel like I'm missing and I want to have, I ask for it. I ask for it, and I work on preparing myself for it, right? To show up in that way, because I'm serious about what I'm asking. Because a lot of times we require or expect things from other people, and I had to sit there and, you know, ask myself, you know, what I ask for better be something that I'm also willing to give, right? If I'm asking for honesty, I need to be honest too. Anything that I'm asking for, I need to also be able to give, and recognizing myself to be better at that. I value real relationships. I value real connections. If I'm somebody that is going to pour out in any space, I want it to be real. I want it to be, I really want it to be safe. So that's my response to this week's journal prompt. On Sunday, we'll have a whole new prompt. If you guys still want to share your responses, you can send me an email, leave a comment. You can share this video if you choose to, and all that good stuff. You already know what's up, right? So until then, my sugar babies, peace and love. You know what you gotta do now. Grab a pen, we about to write it down. You know what you gotta do now. Grab a pen, write it down.